San Diego Comic-Con just happened, and we drove 12 hours east.
Welcome to Time Sweeps.
And we're back. We went to West Virginia, and you might be wondering, what's in West Virginia? Not a whole lot, but we saw everything the state had to offer. Mostly.
Not everything.
I was going to say, we didn't go too far east.
No, we did not.
Where there's a whole lot more.
Yeah. We saw a good portion of the region we were in.
Yeah, we saw the western
part of West
half.
Virginia.
The West Virginian part of West Virginia.
Fair.
It was
the part that went ape enough to almost be Civil War Part 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. And it was labeled that in the Google Doc.
Yeah.
So
made the Google Doc.
Yeah. We went
Can't imagine who's saying
who wrote that.
We went to go visit Wyatt's family as well as just some
museums,
just
mostly.
museums, and go hiking where I ruined a pair of tennis shoes.
Honestly, they washed off.
They washed off pretty good. They're kind of ruined now because I left them out last night. Well, they're drying now, so I don't know if they're ruined.
Why'd you leave them outside in the rainstorm?
Because I mowed in them since I got a new pair. My mom, funny enough, she knew that they were gonna get trashed, so she ordered the same shoes the day before we left. I was like, damn, you know me so well. She's like, yeah. So.
Yeah. I would, if we went out there, if we ever go out there again, which I don't see me
in the
going out there
foreseeable
again,
future again, at least. With a lot
I would hike way more than we did.
Yeah.
I think if we go again, I want to plan for a different time of the year.
It wasn't that hot.
It wasn't, but it also has to deal with a lot of the rain that we were facing.
Yeah,
that's true.
So if we aim for a season that wasn't too rainy or too hot, like
a
that
spring,
fall.
like a spring breaky or like a fall.
Oh, definitely fall. Spring is
But I don't know. I think
hell season.
I don't know if I would go back. I don't regret going this time at all.
Because further over,
I don't know if I'd go back.
There's a lot of stuff that's a lot more scenic. You still got mountains, but it's a lot wider versus the highways that are like mountain, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
you lose
if you want to go up
once
the road,
you go that way.
Too bad. It's going to take 8 hours. It's like, I just want to go to Walmart.
No. You're not going to make it to Walmart.
Because the distance is like from point B to point A, or A to B on a map. Like if you look at it top down, it's not that far.
It's just big.
It's just that everything is around a mountain. That's the only thing that makes it take so long. Like those drives would have been like
5 minutes.
Well, maybe not 5 minutes,
see,
but a lot faster.
I go out to California the next week. There's tunnels everywhere through mountains, and I'm like,
Yeah.
were they just making the road systems in West Virginia that much earlier so they didn't have the technology to boom through the innards of mountains and make a tunnel safely?
Safely, yes.
I knew they could make a tunnel, and I knew they did boom through mountains, but not so cars could drive through them.
I was gonna say, for every coal mine there is, there's 7 that failed for a reason.
Right. But like, because there's
say,
tunnels all over the place in California.
Yeah, and it makes it a whole lot easier because you can just,
drive through the mountain.
Point A to point B
Yeah.
like a champion.
Yeah.
But instead, there's all these like valleys that they work through because it was easier because the rocks wouldn't fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how often rockfall happens in California for their mountain areas because I know mudslides are an
like
issue.
a million less falling rock signs. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
but they probably have to deal with a little more landslides, I imagine.
You mean like the mudslide that I mentioned?
Yeah. Yeah. My brain can only retain so many words.
That's Wyatt's reaction to that. Like, that's so mean.
But We all know that my short-term memory's ass. So like,
I've had a morning, okay, Gary? I have been through every emotional this morning.
Dunk on him. So mean. That was so mean. The tone of voice, the eyes. Oh my God!
You know how my morning started?
I know.
All I could hear was a cat throwing up. That's how I woke up this morning at 7 a.m.
A cat throwing up in a panic of, oh my God, college.
Yeah, it started with the cat throwing up, messaging Connor. It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I don't know if I'm going to get this specific grant that I'm looking for. But the way it started was from, like, I didn't know where it was. I thought she was on my bed for all I know. And that's all I hear. And it's like, I swear to God. Do it again.
She's like up on your shelves that you have.
If she got up on that shelf, she gets the right to throw up from there. If she got up on that shelf, you've seen my room. It's like, there is no way to get up there.
No.
She had to jump
Yes.
like a champion.
In the middle of the night darkness.
In the deft, silent way, without knocking shit off the shelf onto me. The cat gets a medal after throwing up on me at that point.
Just imagine, like, you're like, you hear, "Ugh," and you just open your eyes, and she's just staring
like,
at you from above.
Oh
my
And then
God.
you just see
If
it
it
coming
landed
down.
on me from like, boom, and it would be, I'd be like, God
damn the damn
Logan,
cat.
I don't know what happened to your cat. She exploded, man.
like Logan, I don't know what happened to your cat. She
Like
just exploded
Scoob.
against the wall. The wall.
That cat, for every like normal cat thing she does, it always was somehow closer to death for her. She is too old and too stubborn.
God.
I don't know if it's been on the podcast, but it came up while we were on vacation here that like a few days before my parents left for the same region to stay with my mamaw. And I was so worried. I told you guys about it while we were there.
Yeah.
But like the cat and the toaster. A while back, my brother's in Florida. My parents are in Nebraska. I'm home alone. There's the cat trying to climb behind the microwave.
Oh, you're telling the toaster story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dish drying rack, toaster, microwave. 1 foot on the dish rack. 2 feet on the microwave. 1 foot above the toaster. Just all up in there. Just, oh no!
I'm gonna die.
It's like she's deaf too, so I can't yell at her.
Yeah. I had an experience with a toaster where I had to step away for a second. I had to stop everything I was doing and step away. So let me tell the story.
I'm sorry. So the toaster was acting up.
So
Poor damn animal.
So for some reason, something gets stuck in the toaster while it's on. So I'm like, oh, fork. We got this.
You were the cat.
I was the guy in the Dumb Ways to Die video, dude. Like, I was just like, I was like, metal fork. We got this. Like, so I am like digging in there, and I'm like, wait a minute. I set the fork down, and I take a step back. I'm like, I could have died. I could have killed myself because I wasn't thinking. And that's how people die from toasters.
I almost started a fire like that once.
Really?
I used a wooden chopstick because I was like, oh, I can't use metal.
Yeah, right.
And then the toaster started. And I was like, well, that's funny. I'll come back later. Wait a second. That's wood.
Toasters are man's biggest evil.
I was gonna say, everyone thought
Biggest
the
enemy.
plight of man would be war.
You
It's
can't go
toast,
swimming
famine.
with them. You can't.
Yeah, you
I
can't take your
even
best
my
toaster swimming
in the bath.
Yeah.
I love it.
Have you seen those bath bombs that are shaped like toasters
Yes.
that are called the last bomb?
The
Oh,
last bath bomb.
Yeah.
I
the,
want one.
the
don't-
Brave Little Toaster
It's
2
so funny.
swimming lessons.
3. I think
Wait,
there's
there-
already 2.
Is there?
Is there? I thought there was. I've never actually watched The Brave Little Toaster.
This is an actual thing?
Yeah, no, that's a real thing.
Oh.
That's a movie.
What's it about?
A
Brave Little Toaster?
A Brave Little Toaster. I
Who
shit
goes
you
on
not.
an adventure.
What?
It's an animated movie about a toaster. There's a junkyard scene. I've seen it online. There's like an old car that has a song, and people are like, this traumatized me when I was a child. And it's like, oh, that's why millennials are stupid.
I've never heard of that in my entire life.
You know, I first learned about it in like middle school from one kid, and I was like, that sounds fake. And then I went home and YouTubed it, and I was like, holy crap, it's real.
Yeah, I watched Brave Little Toaster when I was little. It was
Did it
okay.
teach you not to throw him into water
Oh God, I hope so.
while you were in there? Hey kids, you cannot. I can't go swimming with you at the same time because I will murder you. And it's like it's like a clip, but instead of him being in the water with like electrocuting it, it's him just like swimming and like stabbing people.
I was gonna say he has like shark teeth. And
Yeah.
he's going really fast.
Okay, so we went to West Virginia.
We went to a few monster museums.
Yeah.
Well,
was gonna
we tried to go to Bigfoot, but they were closed.
Yeah, that wasn't online.
From the day that we went into
legitimately
Sutton
upset about it.
to the day after we were leaving West Virginia.
Yeah, like
It was
the day we got there to when we were leaving. It's like,
yeah,
what are the odds
very slim.
on
It
what
happened.
scale?
And it was so like, because we went to the Flatwoods Monster Museum that was in the same town, like up the road, and they were like, "Hey guys, you should check out the Bigfoot Museum," and we're like, "It's
I was
closed.
gonna say,
We can't unless you have a key."
do you know how to get?
Do you know how to get in?
I know a way in. Fact of the matter is that building's old, and those windows are old.
Breaking and entering.
I've got a belt.
Are you crying?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm crying.
Tell us what's the matter, Wyatt.
Oh, if I make a certain facial expression, my fat face pushes water out of my tear ducts.
That's awesome.
Yay!
We
Yay!
need like a flashing screen. It's a special moment. Special moment.
Wait, what's the? What? It's like, it's like a rainbow. Like that's
Reading
the tone.
Rainbow?
Is it? But
The
it's
more
like,
you know.
No, I think I don't know. Maybe, but it's like
Your
the tone was
did it.
da da da. Like I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I think that's the more you know. I think. Because I like. No, wait.
That's
There's a
the
different
more
phrase.
you
It's a
know.
little shorter
Yeah.
phrase. Because it's the star and it's
Like
like in a black
some
background
moment.
and it's like old.
Yeah, it's like some moment or something like that.
It's like a gift that you can find everywhere
Right.
too. Is the thing.
Yeah. Anyway, we went to those museums and then we went to New River Gorge, and that was really
that's
cool.
insane.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot more to that park
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like not even just like the lower area that we
Right.
didn't go to, but like the far end.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere I don't know how to get to it, but like that rocky outcropping we could see where we were,
Yeah.
you can get on there. And it's just like I don't know how to get there. I don't know what road you take on the other side of the bridge to get there. Because it's down.
I would like to do a float down
south.
the river because we saw people doing a float, and that just I love.
It'd be a nice.
I think
river to
that's
do
the
it.
next trip.
Do
if
a
we
float?
Do it like a float trip, but it can't just be
Oh,
us three.
I was gonna put the idea of like New York
We could go to New York for free. Fly there.
because I think New York would be cool.
We could fly to New York for free.
We should go see the Marvel headquarters or what's left of it.
We should go see the cartoon. Oh, that was in California, wasn't it?
I think so.
Damn.
I thought Nickelodeon.
No,
was
I
in
think that was
California.
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay.
There's a lot in New York. We can't do New York in like we'd have to go for a week.
Yeah, at least a week.
Yeah,
There's so much.
and then you can't even do all New York in a week.
No. You just got to pick some highlights and
Yeah.
go from there. Like, I'd like to see a Broadway show. I
But
don't
a
know
float
what.
we could do in like a weekend. We could do like a weekend float.
Right, we got to choose a weekend and go.
Yeah, but it can't just be us three. It has to be like a group of people.
No, we
maybe
can totally be us three.
No, that's so lame.
No, it's not. It's
that is
hilarious.
not
Everyone
okay.
gets a GoPro.
I don't want to go with just us three.
No, we
need
all
to go
get
with, like, a-
pirate costumes.
So we need to go with like a group of 20.
I'm wearing a pirate hat.
You can, but we can't just go with us three.
Yes, we can. It's hilarious.
It's not okay.
We get the biggest raft we can.
There's only one size raft.
No, the biggest one.
And I'm not
we
gonna help
just-
you paddle at all. I'm just gonna stand with my foot up on
We just ratchet strap like four.
We're dressed like George Washington crossing the Delaware.
it. Yes.
We just ratchet strapped like 5 rafts and like 6
I hate
ring
rafts.
floaties.
Every time I've gone on a float trip in my adult life, it's been on a raft, and I had to get out every 5 minutes to pull the raft off of a. It's
I've also really want to go canoeing. I've never.
you can get canoes on a float trip.
My point stands.
You can, like, come on.
I just don't want to flip That's my big thing.
You can swim.
I don't want to, though. The fact that I can is different than the fact of getting wet in a disgusting river.
It's a river. It's fine.
Oh, it's gross.
Running water.
Rivers are gross.
No, not the ones you go floating on. You can't get like
It can still
leprosy.
be gross. Yeah, you're less likely to get leprosy.
Right.
But that's suffice to say that rivers like the big ones that we cross, like Missouri River, there's a high chance I could get stuck on a needle and get AIDS.
Yeah, exactly. There's
The
still a
Ohio
chance.
River, on the other hand, different kind of diseases.
Yes. Ugh.
And then there's the Kansas River. No one touches it. I don't even know if it's filthy. I just no one likes it. It's what they get for being in Kansas.
We just need to commission Brita. Like
To filter all
to
the
Make
make
a
a-
hydroelectric dam. It does two things. It filters the water and it creates electricity. You know what I'm trying to say?
But what if like,
Connor.
But what if
I like this.
but would it only would it just produce an energy to that's producing the filters or like the non-electric filters?
Wait.
Yes.
I don't know if our river isn't fast enough.
Which is why we don't
Not
have,
in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. But like, it's
Couldn't we make it fast enough?
Because
if we
hypothetically,
canal it,
Like
yeah.
if we put like a dam lower, like if we lower.
I was gonna say that's one of
lower.
the larger things
we
as I
tier it,
understand
yeah.
about it. Yeah, because a big thing of it is like once you start pushing it through, because
But
the way those
problem
dams work is that they
our
also have to shove them
our
through those.
river dries up so easily. Like
We ebb and flow off of a lot of northern runoff.
yeah,
It wouldn't be a very good.
it wouldn't be a
It'd
very
be like
good
the
city to
dam
do
that we
it.
passed on the Kanawha River over by Hawks Nest, and we were like, "Where?" We're like looking around everywhere. It's like, I think that was it. No, that's a waterfall. Was that it?
No.
There's the pump house. Where's the dam?
Yeah. It's underwater.
It must be. To this day, I think it is.
There's a phone charger you can get. It's like a little turbine. Like and it will power charge like a battery or a phone.
Interesting.
And like you put it in the water and it like spins the turbine. It's like an underwater like wind thing, but it's like
The water
and
wheel,
you don't
essentially.
need right. You don't need as much. But it looks like a prop, like a propeller, and it's like in like a circle thing.
Fascinating.
And like you put it in the ground and it goes and it just spins.
Huh.
We'd all have to invest in like phone cases with tethers on them to make sure that we won't lose our phones if we flipped over or something.
No, just say goodbye to your phone. Everything's in the cloud.
I will have a
nowadays.
panic attack.
Everything's in the cloud. You don't need your phone.
Everything's in the cloud.
No, you
except-
literally do.
No. You can
Oh
still get
no!
by in
I
America
broke my
without a
ankle
phone.
and need to be airlifted. Oh shit! My phone's gone.
Well, guess what? Natural selection, baby.
That's not
That's
natural
how
selection.
people
That's
used to-
losing your phone because
That's
you
how
did
people
something
used
stupid.
to die back in the day.
Yeah, because they didn't have phones.
Exactly.
They didn't live in the 21st century where they can get
Natural
help.
selection.
We've made natural selection our bitch.
Which is why we're overpopulated, Wyatt.
That's because people don't know how to put on a condom.
Well, there's multiple factors.
There's multiple factors.
Life expectancy is up.
That also makes a big difference.
People
Meanwhile,
are living
like,
to 30 now,
in
Wyatt.
1830,
Yeah.
people were like, well, I've got the shits. Guess I'll die. I like, I'm going to put it out there. Dysentery is very serious. But nothing is funnier than the idea of dysentery. It's like, everything's going. It's
well, I
leaving
just
the hole.
shat out my lung. Uh-oh.
It's like, oh, there's my stomach. Wait a minute.
I had a dream once where
Please tell me your dream is dysentery.
I dreamt and I pooped all my organs out.
Dude, that's terrifying.
And it was really scary. And then I had another dream where it was like not a dream where you're the person, you're the dream where you're watching it like a TV or something, but you're like in it. But I had a dream where this guy was fucking with an octopus. Not fucking a octopus, fucking with an octopus, like behind the glass, and this thing's tentacle just comes out and goes down this guy's throat. It sounds a lot like a hentai, but it's not.
In the violent
and
way.
then he just pulls his heart out. That was a dream I
Temple
had.
of Doomdom?
Like, yes.
Damn.
but more like in the mouth.
I was like, and I just remember waking up. I was like, oh my God. I was young. And I
Oh my
still
God.
remember that dream.
It's an MMA fight.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Twist his
Grab his dick and twist it.
That's become a thing at work, is we just start shouting.
God, and so like, we didn't. So on the drive there, we weren't just going. We stopped in Illinois, right?
Oh my lord, dude! I'm still mad about that.
I know. Well, it's not your fault. The last time you went, it was fine.
Right.
Like, but we walk into this hotel, and I mean, until we get to a certain point in the hotel, it was okay. It was fine. It seemed fine.
It's a building. It smells like a.
And then we get to this one stairway.
There's like that type of smell. That's
It
just
smelled
like,
like
nice,
wet socks and wet dog.
The back stairwell.
Oh my god.
The back stairwell.
It smelled like something had like died, and then they covered it up.
Yeah, covered it up and Febrezed it.
Right.
Might have been a guy
like
that died.
I believe if it was
Speaking
like
of
a
death,
saggy old basset hound.
Speaking
that
of
died.
guys dying, my buddy's sister was out like at a club. The way this conversation starts is, dude, a guy killed himself in front of my sister. I'm like, what?
What?
Yes. And he watches the podcast, so he's like, yeah, this guy killed himself in front of my sister, and everyone in the break room's like, hold the fuck, back up, start again.
That sounds like the Peter Griffin, like, who starts a conversation
But
like that?
She was just out. There was a guy up on a building or something, a ledge.
Oh,
That isn't what I was expecting.
No,
I was
God.
expecting like a dude, like,
I thought you were
running
gonna
into
talk about Pee Wee
traffic.
Herman.
No, she was
Yeah, when he
just
said
walking.
someone, speaking of someone who died, like,
She
yeah,
was
no, I
just-
thought he was going to bring
she
up
was
Paul
just walking.
Rubens. In Kansas City?
Yeah,
Dang.
I know. Everyone was like, holy fuck. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Your poor sister. Like,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
there's no forgetting that.
No. But that's wild.
Like, I'm not trying to be, like,
One moment
insensitive, but,
equals
like,
years-
literally
1 moment equals
at
years
the
of
club,
therapy. Yeah.
walk out, and then, boom, street pizza.
Yeah. Well, it was only like a 30-foot drop, apparently.
Okay.
But
So
like
it
a
wasn't
30-foot
street
drop,
pizza.
like
Yeah.
landing head first.
I was going to say, that's
But
still
still-
pretty,
Yeah. That's the sound of the bones break.
boom, ragdoll.
Why
Like,
the fuck are we joking about that?
Because we're horrible people that are
Because
going
it's
to
like-
hell.
yeah. I was going to say, because it's the easiest way to talk about something so serious.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Because there's treating
Hey,
it as a very serious situation.
If you know,
and
if
then
you
there's
know
like,
the person,
holy crap.
if you know the person who did that, we're sorry.
I don't think anybody watching this knows
I don't know.
the person that
Well, still.
passed
But
away.
I don't know if he did it like out of, because I think I think the guy was just like hammered and just was like, let's do this, like
Let's do it.
like I don't know. Anyway,
That's
moving on.
yeah. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, moving on. Where were we before that?
New River Gorge.
Yeah,
New River
jumping off New River Gorge.
Bridge Day every year,
So it's the largest freestanding bridge.
as I understand
Yeah.
it. Connor looked it
'Cause
up
you
in the
couldn't-
car, and I don't remember the specifics.
I think
It was like top 3 something
Biggest bridges
in North
but
America.
It was like you were like, it's the biggest something bridge.
right.
but
That's the part I
think
don't
it's
remember.
freestanding
It's freestanding,
because there's no center supports. There's only boom boom on the
there's
side.
and there's
other-
no like
there's other bridges that don't have.
cable supporting.
Yeah, but I think this is the biggest one of a freestanding bridge.
I don't know. I'll put up the actual like facts for that up here or up there or on my face
On the
or
screen.
on him or on the computer or on Mr. Darth Tater here or on this dice.
Hold on, I got a message.
I'm just making a whole lot of editing for myself, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Largest freestanding brush pile came up.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Oh
Because
no.
I thought there was a bridge in
In
China
America.
that was built
Yeah.
in a similar way.
No, largest freestanding bridge, America.
I like when I looked up worlds, and then it just like it's based off of other crap I have looked up recently. Like I was talking about swords earlier.
Freestanding bridge.
This one's world's largest sword, world's sharpest sword, world's deadliest sword, world's most expensive sword, and then it's world's largest rubber duck.
Oh my God, we gotta go to this.
When
bridge.
did I look up anything regarding rubber ducks?
Rubber ducky.
Lake Pontchartrain.
Pontchartrain.
Yeah, that word. Causeway is the world's largest bridge. We gotta go to this one.
Where is it at?
I don't know.
It's like
Largest
Colorado?
bridge in the USA. I don't know, but look at it. It's terrifying.
Let's do it.
That's a.
Isn't that in like Colorado?
Hey man, we're a long way up. Andrew, shut the. runs constantly over the causeway. Consists of 2 parallel bridges.
In Louisiana, okay.
Louisiana. Really? Louisiana. That's a weird place for a bridge.
Well, I mean,
the train, it makes sense. Does it?
Huh? What was the question?
Doesn't the train make sense for it to be down there, given like how broken up everything is?
Train?
Terrain.
Terrain. I'm like, train.
Train.
I
thought it was like
train as well.
It was like train bridge?
Train bridge?
I had a moment where it was like the TikTok thing. It was like Epcot ball.
God.
But yeah, I can't remember what the thing about the New River Gorge in the terms of its height, but it ranks something within a top 5 of something. And I think it's in North America. But yeah, no, that would make sense with Louisiana the way that it is, but I don't know the elevation, so I don't know how many bridges it would have been worth versus the terms of like the way that the swamp. I also don't really know the topography of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Next trip,
Never been there.
let's go to that world's oldest or the
Let's
oldest
go to the
bar in North
YMCA where they
America.
went and picked up Theo Vaughn to get chimps. Let's go to Theo Vaughn's.
No, hold on. Go back a second.
To pick up chimps?
Yeah.
Chimps.
So
Pick up chimps.
there was
You just dropped that on me out of nowhere.
So he told the story about when he was a kid. There was this research facility in his hometown that was researching chimps, and they got out, so they went to the YMCA and got all the tall kids to help round up the chimps.
What?
That's true. That's what he said.
Hey,
it's
boy,
true that he
you're
said
tall. Let's go pick up some chimpanzees out of the tree.
It's true that he said that. I don't
They're
know.
only
if
gonna
it's a
they're
true
only
story.
gonna maul you a little bit.
I was gonna say
You're
they
gonna
only
lose
got
your nose.
teeth as big as your
But
fingers.
apparently
Rose
his
in your
hometown
fingers.
has the world's tallest statue of Ronald Reagan.
What is it, like 15 feet? I don't know how
don't
big
know.
a
Is
statue of Ronald Reagan
Is
could
it
be.
made from the cocaine he put into the
My favorite kind of weed was
I've seen
cocaine.
a pretty decent-sized statue of Ronald Reagan before. How much bigger could it be?
I don't know. I think. Hold on. Let me look it up. Largest statue
Ronald
of
Reagan.
Ronald.
Where's Ronald Reagan from? He was born in California, right?
I believe so.
Because I know most of his life, his
9-foot
political career
bronze
started there,
statue.
and he was an
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah.
9-foot bronze statue stands on a 6-foot base.
Huh.
Covington, Louisiana.
Weird.
That's a weird place for it.
Why is it there?
There's a lot of Reagan people down there.
That's not surprising, but why the statue?
What's the fan name for for people who like Ronald Reagan? Reaganites. Is that
a thing?
don't know.
I thought you were saying that.
no? I don't know.
There's
a lot of
I try
Reaganites
to,
down
I
there.
try to steer away from Reagan.
Regaphiles.
Reagan. It's like an audio file or
Yeah.
something like that.
Regaphiles.
Personally, I'm a Regaphile.
Yeah.
I used to be a Rooseveltan, but
Rooseveltan. There you go.
that reminded me of something really stupid. And we are so far from anything that we were talking about in a
It's
way.
fine.
There's this propaganda poster or cartoon, like in a magazine or something, of like Teddy Roosevelt, and it says "The New Nightmares."
Oh.
And it says Congress, and it's a dude in bed, like, hiding under a sheet, and it's just Teddy Roosevelt's glasses and smile in a black room.
Oh no.
I'll see if I can pull it up on my phone, but it is one of the funniest pictures to me recently. It's like all you see is teeth, glasses.
New Deal.
It's like, this is what is it from Alice in Wonderland? The Cheshire Cat, but it's Teddy Roosevelt.
That cat scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
The Tim Burton one?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember the old cartoon one, I was like, this thing looks stupid. And
No,
then
the old
Tim Burton-
cartoon one.
The old cartoon one?
Yeah, that one
The
scared me.
snarf looking one?
Like the one
I was
from
going to
like,
say, I think Snarf looks more serious.
Yeah. And you go snarf.
I was going to say, he does do the eyes a lot, though, I guess, in that cartoon.
I don't know. When I was I'm talking about like when I was young. Like that movie's been out our whole lives.
True.
So I don't know how
and that,
old I was.
And if that would have been, before the Tim Burton one. I think the Tim Burton one was like Cheshire Cat specifically feels like it's trying to be too edgy. Why can't I find this thing?
yeah,
that I
this little
downloaded?
guy, dude. This guy terrified me, bro. For some reason. Yeah, this one's scary though.
Yeah.
But no, the purple and pink one scared me for some reason. I don't know why. Alice in Wonderland as a movie scared me.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, the caption on this picture says the latest thing in nightmares.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
And it's just, Teddy
those
Roosevelt.
look like the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
hiding in the darkness. This was almost my phone background recently.
Excuse me.
That might become my lock screen in the next 5 minutes.
Do it. This is my new one.
Oh yeah. That's what I changed like my Facebook banner thing to. And then I had like a bunch of random people ask me or like commenting. It's like nice picture. It's like I appreciate it
where
from
at?
family. It's like I appreciate the questions of like where's at, where at, but it's like I kind of wish Facebook didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's just like such and such changed their profile banner. It's like, did I ask you to say that?
Yep. You did by changing it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'd rather. Never mind. I'm not finishing that thought.
Yes.
So,
But yeah, the Bigfoot Museum is also like a small general store that, like, the Bigfoot area is just kind of fun. They've got like different skulls and stuff in there, like Bigfoot foot castings. And there's like this giant wooden one.
Should they have casted my foot
They might have.
if we asked?
Maybe. I'm sure he's got plaster in there. They've also got a lot of fun pins, and I was really looking forward to replacing a Bigfoot pin I lost.
Right.
But that is what it is. But yeah, that small
Skill
town,
issue.
it was, 2 monster museums. And then all throughout West Virginia, there's all sorts of other crap, like Grafton. Somewhere there's Sheep Squatch.
sheep squatch.
Still not over that name. I'll never be over that name.
Is it just
Sheep
a
Squatch.
buff sheep
It's a sheep man.
that's buff?
I mean, he's not necessarily buff, but he is muscular. I mean, he lives outside. Just look up the Fallout
If
one.
you live
the Fallout
outside,
one.
you're muscular.
If you know what you're doing outside, there's a decent chance that it's. You can't get more touching grass than the sheep squatch.
You tell people who live outside to touch carpet.
You've been outside too
carpet.
much. Go touch carpet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fallout sheep squatch. I'll pull that up here real quick for reference for you guys.
I think you've shown me this before.
I'm pretty sure I've definitely shown you.
It's from
before.
76.
It's in 76. Yeah.
I've not played Fallout 76.
But yeah, just pass that over to
I did
Connor
play
just
4.
so that way he
Yeah,
can get
you
a
have shown me
good
that.
look at that thing.
Oh dear God!
Because we had talked out. I was
That
like,
looks
is
like
there?
a grunt from Halo.
I asked if there was.
It's a bit
Goatman.
more like 7 feet
I was
tall.
like, is there
Oh.
Goatman in Fallout 76 or something? And you were like, no, but there's Sheep Squatch. And I was like, pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Sheep Squatch?
What'd you just say? But yeah, no, it's compared to
Goatman.
some of the other weird random town monsters that they have there, Sheep Squatch is a bit more serious. That's a weird statement to make. But yeah, anywhere up northeast, there's a lot of places that I'd like to go. I don't know about you guys. There's a lot of crap
Northeast?
in Kentucky. Yeah.
I want to go to Maine. I
Maine
want to go
would be
to
cool.
Maryland, because they have good seafood there. I've heard from my parents.
I want to go to Maine just to be like at one of the lobster McDonald's. I just want to say that I got lobster from a McDonald's.
Wait, what?
I thought you knew about this.
No.
You can get lobster at a McDonald's in like somewhere up northeast. And I'm
What?
pretty sure it's Maine.
You can get lobster at McDonald's.
It's one of the few. Yeah, it's not right. It's not okay.
Is it freshly caught?
Future.
I don't know. I would assume it would
Because
have
if
to
it
be.
is, like, who
It
cares?
just seems like the idea of fast food lobster seems very weird to me.
I want a lobster burger from McDonald's, please.
It's
But
kinda
yeah,
like
that's the
that-
Grafton
It's kind of like
monster.
the Kansas City
Ew.
barbecue
Yeah.
sandwich in McDonald's Britain.
What?
There's like for a while in the aisles there was at McDonald's you could get a Kansas City barbecue sandwich or something like
We don't
that.
even have that here.
We don't even have that here, but the commercial for it made it look like freaking Smallville. And like this, and I was like, wow.
I don't expect much. That's fair enough.
I was like, really?
think
Kansas
about
City's
people-
a lot more hood than that.
Specifically, the name city. Like,
Yeah.
that alone should be a bit more like, hey, this
God.
isn't like Smallville, Kansas.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
This is older than Kansas.
God, I was just like, wow.
So, yeah, it's true.
Anyhow,
Never forget. Never forgive. Kansas tried to steal it.
Yeah, they did. We're Kansas, so we should get Kansas City.
Kansas
Take
City is
it from
actually
us.
ours, and
Take it.
that's
from
what
us.
Missouri said.
Yeah.
Essentially, is, try it. And then the federal government was like, "Yeah, try it. Take it to court."
Yeah. Take it
and then
from
we
us.
won.
It barely happened.
Yeah, Kansas City, Kansas is.
They couldn't even make a very good case for it, other than We made ourselves name Kansas. That's all I could think of is the stupid finger thing. It's just like there is no logical reason for why it would have moved states to anybody besides like a spoiled kid being like, it has the same name. It's
That
like,
would have been
shut up.
That would have been the worst looking like city like state border ever.
I mean, it's really not that far off.
I mean, yeah, but like it would have just been like if that would have happened, it would have just been like cube.
What would have been?
Like the border if Kansas had gotten the city.
Well, if you look at
It has
our
the
country
river
on a map.
actually would divide it up pretty well.
Really?
If you look at a
Well, think about
country
where North Kansas
on a
City is
map.
into the divide of Kansas City
Oh,
itself.
Yeah.
It would be a pretty natural border.
And at that point, the city wasn't that big.
No, it was very big.
It was still very very big at that point.
That was basically one of your last stops. Well, not at the point that Kansas became a state, but
Well, if you look at our country on the map, about where Missouri is, you can see from that line from Minnesota to Louisiana. Texas is an exception about to what I'm about to say. But we have very small states that are very oddly shaped. And then when you get to the western side of the United States, we have big boxy states,
Because they figured out how to divide them better.
I guess.
they figured out, yeah, we don't have to use natural borders. We can just
Yeah.
math.
Because look at how interesting the outlines of these states. Like look at Kentucky, look at Illinois, look at Missouri. Like these are very weird outlines for states, and then we have we have Colorado and Utah that are just literally boxes, but Utah has its little flavor up on top. And then Kansas is literally a box except for where it touches
Missouri.
where Kansas City, like that little part where we are. And then, yeah, everywhere's boxy. Montana's a box, and then it goes on the side. And then Idaho, I guess, isn't very
That's what Montana.
basic.
Or wait, you say Montana or
Montana, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Montana.
it's just like a
'Cause
square, but then it has
how
that
old
one
of-
fancy side on
it's
it.
a fairly old area, isn't it?
Montana, yeah.
I think it depends on the area because I'm thinking of Washington
Well, Washington,
because there's a
yeah.
weird amount of history that happened up there with like British claim with Canada and then like American
Yeah, like
conflicts.
British Columbia.
I went to Seattle. I flew through Seattle, and
Where's British?
that's a very pretty surrounding area for an airport. Like there's, like I have pictures. Like
Yeah,
our
so-
airport's nicer, way nicer on the inside now.
But on the
At
outside,
the new one, but on the outside, it was really really cool because you could see like mountains. Like when we were landing, like look at this picture that I took when we were about to land.
Dang.
There's just a mountain
Wow.
sticking up above the clouds.
All snowy and shit.
And there's a couple pictures like that, and then like there's just water all
You
over
can
the
get
place.
in the full speak of everything.
Like, dang, Missouri's boring. You land at our airport and you're like, wow, fields.
Well, I mean, like, Missouri, like where we are in terms of like its landscape is pretty boring. Like it's, I mean, once you get low, I mean, we have a lot of trees, a lot more trees than a lot of like cities would, because we're
think-
super spread out
Missouri doesn't get pretty
until you
until you go south,
yeah,
like towards Springfield
like Ozarks.
and
Yeah,
the
there's
Ozarks.
some pretty places north too.
I think it depends on what your threshold for pretty is.
Like nature-wise, I mean. Like, because we get
I,
pretty
I still think it
mountain
depends on
lines.
where your appreciation lies.
Mm.
Because there's a lot more going on down there, a lot more diversity than what
Yeah.
we'd be used to up here. Because like once you get out to Kansas, I think of it being similar. It's like prairies. I think there's something innately beautiful about
Mhm.
driving down the
Yeah.
highway and you see like the fields of grass, like towards St. Joe, like all the farmer fields and like
Mhm.
all these like grass patch fields, and the wind as it blows over it, you see it move as waves. And I know a lot of people that are like, I'm moving to San Francisco because I can't take this cornstalk country anymore. It's like, just say you don't appreciate going outside in any capacity at all.
Yeah.
Just say you've never fed a
I would
squirrel.
hate living in San Francisco.
Just say you've never eaten a squirrel.
Just
eating a squirrel.
just solely for the fact that like if living on like on the edge of a hill.
Dude, it's like San Francisco looks pretty, and then it's like, oh my God, people live there.
Yeah.
Like, I have uncles that live there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I can't imagine. The rent sounds awful. People poop on the sidewalk. And just like everything is the roads. Like that one famous one where it's like down the hill and it's like a zigzag, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
What?
There's no
Why?
reason.
Why?
There is absolutely no reason to have built that. I don't know the name of it, but it's like that stupid little zigzag road, and there is no reason for it to be built.
I went to San Francisco. By it. We drove across the Golden Gate.
How long does it take to drive across?
Not very long, not very long at all. But
I have no actual representation of how large it is, like
it's
in
pretty
terms
big.
of length.
It's not big enough. It's small enough that Magneto could pick it up. Take it to
Isn't he an
Alcatraz.
Omega level mutant?
Yes. There it
See,
is.
like, yeah, it's like it looks really big,
Yeah.
Oh, it is big,
but it changes when you're able to be there.
but it was built in like 4 months.
That's scary.
Right.
That station took 4 years.
Yeah, I know. They built that bridge so fast, like they needed it, I guess, so badly.
That's a lot of metal to move really fast.
Yeah, I think that's what
That's
someone.
impressive.
I think someone told me that. I didn't fact check.
I was
it.
gonna say, yeah,
Let me
this
look
is
it up
I've never
really
really
quick.
looked up how long it took to build
How-
it, but that would be really fast for such a large
Long-
construction thing.
So
Grid,
long ago too.
The Golden.
How long ago was Golden Gate?
Good question.
Bridge take?
Pretty sure it was before
4 years.
Alcatraz
4
was
years.
made.
4 years and 4 months. 4.5 months. That's a lot longer than 4
Yeah,
months.
no, that is much more acceptable.
That is four.
But still, 4
4
years.
years and half.
4
a
years.
How
month
long
longer
did
than 4
the
months.
Brooklyn Bridge take?
Good question. If I'm not mistaken, the Brooklyn Bridge has a lot more going on. It's a little bit more ornate, and I think it's been rebuilt, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Brooklyn Bridge started in 1869, and ended in 1883.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
And I imagine they've swapped out pieces and bits since then. But
Right.
But 4 months.
Say 4 months, that'd be impressive.
That's insane.
That's impossible.
For now.
One day.
3D printing a bridge.
That's going to be our future probably at some
God,
point.
I want that so bad.
They 3D print houses now.
And they're only getting better. The problem is certain things have to be used to be able to do it, and that makes it kind of hard.
Silly.
But we're getting better.
We're getting better.
Okay.
We're getting better at 3D printing. But yeah, California was cool. It's like, so I was going to leave Sunday. Like, we get back here on Friday, and the flights were open on Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I realized it's like getting on my plane, it's like,
Weren't you gonna leave?
What day
I
is
was supposed to
this?
leave Sunday. I was going to plan to leave Sunday. My mom was like, look at planes for tomorrow, and they were way more open. So I'm like, hey, I guess I'm leaving tomorrow. And I was like, okay, bye. And I was like, oh, okay, fine.
She
Love
wanted-
you, I guess.
she was like, yeah, leave.
I was like, oh, okay.
I already know. Get out.
It was dope because I got to San Jose by 9 a.m.
Dang.
Right, and I had to fly through Salt Lake. So I lost 2 hours, which yeah.
Still got there by like,
Right.
what, 9 a.m.?
So I landed in San Jose at like 9:08.
That's still pretty good.
So I had like 4, counting that day, I had like 4 whole days. I had to travel that day. But my last day, I left on, because I wanted to get back on Wednesday. So there was 3 Salt Lake flights to Kansas City in a day. There's 1 Seattle flight. And for some reason, that 1 Seattle flight had more seats than all the Salt Lakes combined. So I was like, looks like we're going to Seattle.
Looks like we're going a bit
I got
around.
Comfort Plus all the way around. All 4
Interesting.
flights I was on, I got Comfort Plus for free.
That's dope.
You still need to go through on your one B&B plan. You go to the largest potato.
Yes. That is, I think I need to start doing that series. Maybe that's something I dive in on when you guys go to college and I have more free time. Is like start doing my world's smallest Airbnbs that I can, as a big man.
I think the potato is...
That's an excellent
You need
start.
to go to the potato.
That's an excellent start for a video. And there's one out in California where you could go underwater and stay, like an underwater place, and you could order a pizza.
I still think that's the funniest part. It's like, our highlight.
Pizza.
Pizza
Pizza.
delivery. I'm like, I got to do that because it's a small area, and I'm not too claustrophobic. I don't get claustrophobic bad, and so I think that'd be a good series to do, and it's entertaining, and I feel like that's like that'd grab at people. Like, man, this guy's 6'7", he's going to stay in a fucking potato.
There's always going to be that one dude, though, that comments. He's like, He's not as big as Shaq.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
guys,
that's
imagine
not
if,
the point.
Imagine if Shaq went here. Guys, Shaq is 7'1" and a millionaire. I think
Actually, no, there's the thing you need to build towards.
what?
Start a social media campaign where you and Shaq share a room in the potato.
Oh my god. That's too much. That's too much. That's
No.
too much man in one tiny combined place.
Yes.
That's too much.
You strap a GoPro to your chest. That's the only
It's at
video.
Shaq's balls. It's
It's stuck. He's just staring at his belly button.
like Shaq. I'm a big
I
guy,
like you're
but Shaq
6'7",
is 7
and you're like,
foot tall.
yeah, it's at his balls. It's like,
I mean, Shaq's only probably about here for me,
right.
but like, that's still
That's
vastly
still
larger
pretty
than
big.
me.
You
Dude.
can literally put his balls on anyone's jaws and
Like-
not have to squat.
Like the difference.
And
Wait,
when
Connor,
they
how
won't
tall
have-
are you?
About 5'8", 5'9".
So you're 5'8", and then so I'm almost 1 foot taller than you. So there's a smaller difference between me and Shaq than there is Connor and I.
Right.
That really puts it into perspective. I'm not as afraid of him now. How tall is Shaq? 7'1". So
Now, why
I'm
don't you
6,
think
7,
about
8,
the
9,
height
10,
difference
11,
between me, you, and Connor,
6 inches.
and then put Shaq's representation between me and Connor. He is a big man.
he is very large.
He is the big man.
He's only about 6 inches taller than me. So you're 6'1",
Mm-hmm.
6'7". So if you put you, me, and Shaq, that's an equal distance between each other,
Oh, that's weird.
right? So Shaq's as tall, like Shaq's 6 inches taller than me. I'm 6 inches. So our height difference. That's
Wait a
me
second.
and Shaq.
Connor, how tall are you?
Like 5'8", 5'9"ish.
Okay, never
9,
mind.
10, 11, 12.
I was gonna say if you were
1.
slightly shorter, I was like, wait.
Or a perfect scare. Shaq, you have to come on the podcast.
It's like we need to be Shaq.
That would be a perfect staircase if you're just a little shorter.
Perfect decline.
Like 1 foot increments, or not 1 foot, like 6 inch increments, half a foot.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
I'm short.
I'm short.
I'm,
You're
well,
average?
I'm average.
I was gonna say,
height.
yeah, you're
I'm
average height.
You're average.
But compared to these two bitches, I'm short.
I looked up while we were in West Virginia. It's like there's like 14, less than like 1% of the population's over 6'5".
That's also millions of people.
It is also
Yeah,
millions of
yeah,
people
it's
because we
millions
did
of
do the math. Because why it's like there's too many people. That
I was
are
gonna
over
say that's
6'5"
too many
to be
people
true.
that are taller
I'm like,
than me,
but
man.
how much is 1%
I'm
of the
6'1"
population?
and I'm still short.
Right. It's
Still a lot.
it's a lot of
It's
people.
a lot of
but
people.
Less than 1%'s over 6'5", and that 1% is like half that's in the NBA or in some sort of sport.
That's still
Or just build.
lot
Because
of
like
people.
you go to the like we went to a college basketball game for Pet Ben
Yeah.
a couple times.
At
and
least 3
everyone's
times.
like, oh my god, they're all big people. Like they're all
pretty tall people.
Yeah.
And then you get to see him stand next
6
to like Patrick Mahomes.
6'5" to 7 foot tall people. Patrick Mahomes is like 6 something.
But some of those basketball players were a lot taller than him.
Oh yeah, well basketball players, it's a more vertically challenging sport.
It's
than
just
football.
really funny to me.
Tyreek
because,
Hill's like 4'10" or something crazy.
Wait, what?
No, he's like 5 foot something.
Okay, I was like, there's no way he's that tall.
No, I think he's
It's like
5'10".
4'10". What is he, the Mad Hatter?
No, he's not that short. But I'm just
That'd be hilarious.
exaggerating a lot.
What is the shortest football player?
4'10"?
Your
No,
fat fingers are
I know.
causing troubles. Bud.
he's 5'10". But that's
Fuck. He's still taller. than
he's
me.
taller than you. Put that in perspective. He's taller than Connor,
By
but on
that
the
little
football
bit.
field, he looks like a midget. Think about that.
I just like all these like dudes that are like your height, my height, and they're just like just going about the game.
And
then there's
Tyreek
just
Hill's
like,
running 23 miles per hour.
It's like Tom Cruise.
Yes, like he's literally like he's so small, but he's above the national average. But he's tiny on the football field.
Oh, I just realized that what time mark we're at. We haven't talked about San Diego Comic-Con, and that was in our intro.
Not a lot happened at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's really what the topic of that conversation was going to be.
Spider-Man 2 had its gameplay reveal.
And we got
well,
to see
further
Bully
gameplay
Maguire
reveal.
make a return.
Bully Maguire.
And Yuri Lowenthal. I can't believe he did the dance.
I'm not surprised, but I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I liked his suit, his outfit he was wearing, the black with the
Yes.
white gym spider on the back. That was pretty cool.
Okay, so here's the funny thing.
jealous of the
So
Sorry.
Harry Osborn is being portrayed by the kid who played Ben 10 in the Race Against Time movie, and Yuri Lowenthal is voicing Peter Parker.
That's weird.
I know. 2 Ben 10s are in the
Wait,
same.
that's who's playing Harry? Is the kid from the live-action Ben 10 movie?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have red hair. We saw a picture of Harry, and he had red hair.
Well, I mean, the visual aspect.
Well, they did change
They
Spider-Man's
literally
face.
changed Spider-Man's
They changed-
entire face.
So they're just gonna go back. Hey guys, we made a remastered Spider-Man. Oh, what's different? Harry's face in that one picture that you see for for 20 seconds. Oh, you made a whole
You mean
made a whole remaster for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Money.
Anything?
Yeah,
We
like,
changed the actors, and we decided we wanted to suckle more money out of you.
yeah.
Thanks, Sony.
In this game, Peter looks so much better than he did in the remastered Spider-Man.
It looks natural.
It looks more natural, yeah. It's like they didn't slap a new head on the model.
Yeah.
looks correct.
Yeah, it looks more correct.
It was weird. It's switching the actors between essentially the same game was weird to me.
Yeah.
It's the exact same game. It just has the new face, and I think there's like 2 or 3.
Actually,
more
was there a
changes.
real reason on why they did that?
Because
they may
they-
wanted
I
to
know
make
I'm
it
hamming
more
it up
look-
for a
They
bit, but like,
so they
more like
actually
Yuri,
redid.
right?
They basically redid the whole thing from the ground up. I mean, they obviously reuse like animation packages and stuff like that. But for like the cutscenes, they redid everything with new models, and they found that I think it's John Bomaniak or whatever, Bomiak or whatever his name is. His face wasn't tracking well with the new pipeline they were using, so they couldn't get it to work for some reason. So they decided, okay, we're gonna switch this up and get something that'll work.
Well, and they wanted it to look more like Yuri, the voice actor, I think, too.
Yeah.
Huh.
The problem
Because
is
it's a
is that-
combination of him and someone else, and other like a.
Yeah. The problem lied within the fact that they made him look a lot younger, which for an experienced Spider-Man, he's going to look a little more gruff. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's Gruff and then there's like 25.
Yeah, I mean, this dude looked like he was like 21, which was the problem.
Yeah, but there could also be a thing that like his healing factor can be caught into like he doesn't age as worse as other people.
That's fair.
Does
That's
he have
fair.
a healing factor?
I mean, he has like
I mean, he has a
accelerated.
better one
he has
than
like accelerated
normal humans.
healing. It's not.
Does he? Or
he
is
has-
just the protagonist.
I think
he has accelerated healing due to his.
it's nowhere near
powers.
like
it's not. It's
Wolverine's
not
or
like.
Deadpool's,
It's not like
but I thought he
Wolverine or
had-
Deadpool.
Well,
where
yeah,
you
I
can
mean
regrow
that part,
limbs,
but I've never
like,
heard Spider-Man to have accelerated healing.
Why the?
I think it's advanced.
Like
I think it's
Because
just.
I know he's like just physically stronger, like skin.
I mean, he'll scar, but as far as like the healing goes, yeah, there's a
I thought
reason
he
why
healed
like
better. I thought he just healed better. Maybe it's just advanced healing and not accelerated healing.
That's actually does Spider-Man one of the first things is have a healing factor.
Mm.
He does heal faster.
Yeah.
Than normal when injured, though he is not completely immune to viruses and other ailments. So
Yeah.
he's just like, oh, I scraped myself. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Right.
yeah, like it heals like
So he has the power
twice,
of the
3
protagonist.
times as fast.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you mean we don't want to keep the scars on the actor?
Yeah.
That's too much time in makeup.
For what? So that's the thing. They're always just. It just doesn't sell tickets to see a scar across someone's chest from between between movies, because it's like scar makeup can be some of the easiest things
Yeah.
to apply. They just don't want to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why every time we see a Batman movie, it's like, for God's sake, do you know how often this man gets shot, stabbed, and thrown?
Mm-hmm.
It's like he should be covered in scars.
Well,
In
that's
the
why, like,
comics he is.
he is.
In
in the comics.
Batman and
But
v
his
Superman,
face is still pretty.
did they have him like all scarred up on his back and stuff?
I remember seeing his back, but I just remember
No,
the
in
prostitute
Justice
in his bed.
League-
In Justice League,
Or-
they did.
Yeah, because the
Yeah, because he has that weird moment of taking off the armor in that room that is just
is there
really
and
bright.
Wonder Woman comes in there and she's like puts his shoulder back into place or whatever
yeah, he dislocated his shoulder
because he's like 50.
because they had that fight with Steppenwolf
Yeah,
in the
'cause
sewer
he's an
tunnel.
Old man. I'm breaking down my neighbor. I'm like, dude, Like, so, you know, we're longtime Affleck Batman defenders, and I'm slowly breaking down my neighbor because 5 months ago it was worst Batman ever. Now he's like, I don't mind him as Batman. I'm like, yes, because he watched The Flash, and he was like, this movie. I was like, it was crap, wasn't it? He's like, yeah. I was like, but how'd you like the Affleck stuff in the beginning of the movie?
I was gonna say the action scenes.
He was like, I didn't mind it. I'm like, yes, I'm slowly getting into your
because
brain.
he has a good shape.
Yeah, he does.
The man
he works good as Batman.
He's Batman
And
shaped.
then someone else chimed in and talked about how he was shit and how they should have kept Christian Bale. I'm like, Christian Bale is 5'0" 180. Henry Cavill is 6'4" and 280.
You mean
how
Ben
funny
Affleck?
would it be? No, I was talking because they said Christian Bale should have stayed Batman.
Oh.
And I was like, Christian Bale's like 5'0" and weighs $120.
But then you said Henry Cavill after that.
Yeah, and I'm
right. No,
he
he's
has
saying
to
like
stand across.
Imagine, Henry Cavill next to Christian
okay.
Bale.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And like that wouldn't have worked. Everyone would be like, okay, sure.
It's like I love the idea of Batman being, gadgets. He's Batman, but there is a certain realm where it's like this looks like a twig.
Yeah, this is a Girl Scout standing next to a professional, like
it's like
WWE wrestler that's meant to be
a god next to basically what is an acne on the ass teenager.
Yeah, like Batman's supposed to be the strongest human on Earth, basically.
Right.
Like in Christian
as
Bale
best as he can
I don't think as much as Christian Bale can change his body.
Like
he
from
can't.
The Machinist to Batman
he can't.
Begins,
He doesn't have the skeleton for it.
No.
He can be muscular.
How tall is Christian Bale?
He can be ripped, but he cannot be the same size as Henry Cavill.
I don't know how tall he is.
Dude, I think it's funny to see pictures of Henry Cavill before he was Superman now. He looks so different.
How tall? Oh, Christian Bale's 6 foot, but still.
Compared to Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Which is, I think he's 6'4".
And plus, it wouldn't have worked with the world. It was a lot more grounded, and like not super.
The whole thing was, no one had superpowers, and that's why Bane sucked.
Yeah. I mean, Bane was okay for what they did with him. Might
as well just been a new character, though.
Yeah.
The thing that makes Bane is he is smart, but his undertone is that he does have a weakness that he relies on Venom.
Yeah.
Because he's he's Batman's greatest villain. I'm sorry, like the Joker does all these horrible things, but the Joker does it for the attention of Batman. Meanwhile, Bane is over here and he's like,
Bane
we might have the same father, and I want to kill you.
Bane is on the same level as Batman in terms of like his knowledge and his ability.
Fully capable as Batman.
Yeah. If Bane wanted to be Batman, he could be Batman.
Remember? Wait, was it in the cartoon, the animated series, where Superman dresses up as Batman?
Yeah.
And it was Bane that was like, "Oh, bitch."
You're not him.
He hit him, and he's like,
yeah. He was like, "Wait a minute. This usually goes different. You usually go flying towards the wall.
This is wrong."
I'm
surprised Bane didn't notice.
I mean, and
once
Bane's
he hit him, he
defense,
noticed.
they're all drawn the same styles.
They're all drawn the same.
They're all drawn the same.
There's a character designer from that coming to town next
Really?
weekend. I'm going to try and get his autograph.
Do it. And on that note of Wyatt getting an autograph, we're out of time for this week's episode of the podcast. Please make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This might be the last time you see us for a while.
Next week.
Next
we still got one more.
Okay.
And then we're gonna talk.
And then we can maybe
talk about
record
it.
one or two then too as well. It depends on how we're feeling.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Let's record 3.
subscribe.
Be crazy.
Please.
Same bat place, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Place and channel are the same thing.
Bat ass, same bat face.
Same bat ass, same bat face.
I'm here to kick gum and chew ass.
And I'm all
And
out
I'm
of
all out of gum.
gum.
Might be the James Bond thing. It's like Bond name James. Bond name have stroke James.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
That's how the podcast ends.